The marketplace of Sector 7 buzzed with 1,000 different life forms. Each hawking wares from 100 different worlds. Leo adjusted his worn jacket, weaving through the crowd with practiced ease. Earth might have been a backwater planet in the Galactic Federation, but humans should learn to survive anywhere. That's when he saw her. She stood apart from the chaos, a woman with silver-white hair that seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly light. Heir's, an impossible shade of violet, scanned the crowd nervously. She wore simple clothes, too simple for someone who moved with such unconscious grace. But it wasn't her beauty that made Leia pause. It was the 3 Krellian hunters closing in behind her, plasma rifles half concealed beneath their cloaks. Leo's military instincts, honed during the human resistance campaigns, kicked in immediately. He'd seen that predatory stance before. Whatever she was, wherever she came from, those hunters meant to kill her. The woman he would later learn her name was Elsa. Didn't see them. She was focused on a merchant stall, studying some crystalline artifact with fascination. Leo moved. He didn't think about the fact that he was unarmed, didn't consider that he was alone against 3 armed killers, didn't calculate the odds or weigh his own survival. That wasn't how humans worked. Not when someone innocent was in danger. The lead hunter raised his rifle. Leo launched himself forward, shoving Elsa aside just as the plasma bolt screamed through the air. White-hot agony exploded through his spine as the energy weapon found its mark. He felt his legs go numb instantly, felt himself falling, the world tilting sideways. The marketplace erupted into chaos. Screams echoed off metal walls. But through the pain, through the growing darkness at the edges of his vision, Leo saw something impossible. Elsa's form shimmered. Twisted, expanded. Where a woman had stood, a creature of legend now rose, scales like polished diamonds, wings that blocked out the artificial sun, eyes that burned with ancient power. A dragon, not the fairy tale kind from Earth stories, but something far more magnificent and terrible. The Imperial Dragon of the Andromeda Throne. The hunters didn't even have time to scream. Elsa's roar shook the station's foundations, and they simply ceased to exist. Reduced tosh by dragon fire that burned hotter than any star. Leo's last thought before unconsciousness claimed him was absurdly simple. At least she's safe. He woke in a room that defied description. Walls of living crystal pulsed with soft light. The bed beneath him felt like clouds given form, and standing beside him, back in her human guise, was Elsa. "You're awake," she said softly, and there were tears in those violet eyes. "The doctors, Leo, I'm so sorry. The damage to your spine. I can't feel my legs." It wasn't a question. He'd known the moment that plasma bolt hit him. "No." Her voice broke. "Human medicine, even Federation technology, it's not enough. Your spinal cord was completely severed. You'll never walk again." Leo absorbed this information with a calmness that surprised even himself. He'd been a soldier. He knew the risks. The hunters gone. They were sent by enemies of my house, assassins who thought they could kill me while I walked among the lesser species, learning, understanding. She laughed bitterly. "Lesser species. I called your kind that once arrogant I was your royalty." It was obvious now the way servants moved through the room with bowed heads, the opulence that surrounded them, the power that radiated from her even in human form. "I am Elsa Starfire, crowned princess of the Imperial Dragon Throne, heir to 17 systems and commander of the Eternal Fleet." She knelt beside his bed, taking his hand. "And you are Leo Martinez, a human from Earth who threw himself in front of certain death to save a stranger." Anyone would have known her grip tightened. "No, Leo, I have lived for 3,000 of your years. I have watched species rise and fall. I have seen civilizations span galaxies. And in all that time, across all those worlds, do you know what I've learned?" She leaned closer and her eyes burned with intensity. "Most beings, when faced with danger, flee. The strong prey on the weak. The powerful crush the helpless. It is the way of the universe, the law of survival." Her voice dropped to a whisper. "But humans, you beautiful, foolish, impossible humans, you run toward danger. You throw yourselves between the predator and the prey. You give your lives for strangers without hesitation, without thought of reward. We do what's right, Leo said simply. Elsa laughed, and it was the sound of wind through ancient mountains. Yes, you do, even when it cost you everything. She stood, and power rippled through the air around her. The Empire calls humans a category for species. Barely space-worthy, technologically primitive, politically insignificant. But I know the truth now. I know what you are. Her form began to shift, scales merging, wings unfurling. You are the species that will inherit the stars. Not because you are the strongest or the smartest or the longest lived, but because when darkness comes, when evil threatens, when death stares you in the face, you don't blink. You step forward. You take the bullet. The transformation completed, and a dragon filled the chamber. Magnificent and terrible. And because of that, Elsa's voice boomed like thunder. I swear by the eternal flame, by the crown of stars, by the every essence of what I am, Leo Martinez of Earth, you will walk again. If I must tear apart reality itself, if I must bargain with gods or devils, if I must give up my own immortality, you will be whole. Through the crystal walls, Leo could see a fleet assembling. Thousands of ships, each bearing the dragon crest. The Empire's finest physicians are coming. I've summoned mages from the arcane worlds, bioengineers from the clone kingdoms, technomancers from the digital realms. If current science cannot heal you, we will invent new science. She transformed back to human form, and that fierce determination remained. You saved an Imperial Dragon, Leo. But more than that, you showed me what humanity truly is, and I swear on everything I am. The galaxy will know your name. They will know what one human did, asking nothing in return. Leo smiled despite everything. I just wanted to help. I know, Elsa said, returning a smile. That's exactly why you'll walk again. That's exactly why humanity will rise. Because helping isn't a strategy for you. It's simply who you are. And watching her leave to command her empire, Leo understood something the galaxy was only beginning to learn. Humanity's greatest weapon wasn't technology or numbers. It was the simple, stubborn refusal to let the innocent suffer, even if it cost them everything. Especially then, Andy,